And remarkably, just 5 minutes behind schedule because of the atrocious deluge, the Leinster final finally gets underway. And it's Kilkenny who won the toss, playing from right to left with Willie O'Connor here, switching wings, taking up station against Johnny Dooley. Pat O'Neill playing a little bit of football with it. And the referee's whistle is sounded because he was fouled. Free to Kilkenny. And the great concern and worry, of course, among the players, as you'll have heard from the pre-match interviews, is about the conditions and how it may turn the whole affair into a lottery. Today, Leinster set to crown its 107th Leinster champion in what I make the 100th final, as there were a number of walkovers in the early years of this championship. That's as maybe. Pat O'Neill, the taker. Dropped right in. David Hughes sensibly batting it out there, taking no chance. We saw in the minor match before this that goalkeepers had a wretched time trying to catch the very slippery ball. So everybody waiting inside, and Pat O'Neill comes up to try and hit this one. This the 9th final meeting of Offaly and Kilkenny, and 6-2 to Kilkenny in their favour in the series so far, as that drifts away to the left. There was a little bit of breeze around earlier on, but that heavy rain has taken the sting out of the day, and it's a very still and listless afternoon. Rain still pouring down, however. David Hughes, who played in the Leinster final also last year, towards Joe Dooley. Pat O'Neill once again bidding to assert himself very early on here. Likewise, his cornerback Eddie O'Connor, the former captain. Little nudge there on John Power by Hubert Rigney before the ball landed. That's John Troy swinging across on it. Now Johnny Pilkington for Offaly, through the centre towards Pat O'Connor, left it behind him over to Pat O'Dwyer, who was an injury doubt going into this match. Michael Duignan hitting, and he puts it over the bar. It's the first point of the game, and Offaly, the All-Ireland champions, but strangely enough the underdogs, take the lead. Well, Pat O'Dwyer there had the chance to have cleared that ball, but it's so slippery, so awkward and so difficult for all these players. Michael Walsh playing in his 4th Leinster final. Aimed towards Bill Hennessy, his team captain. That's Dáithí Regan, the Offaly midfielder. Up once again towards Michael Duignan, runs on towards Pat O'Connor, trying to feed it outside towards Johnny Dooley. Back there is Pat Dwyer, conditions absolutely appalling underfoot. Bill Hennessy one-handed forward towards Adrian Ronan, who switched wings with PJ Delaney in over the head of Shane McGuckin. Now Hubert Rigney trying to defuse the Kilkenny attack. Out towards Adrian Ronan again. Great block down by Dáithí Regan. That was wonderful. Timing superb. Titch Phelan back towards Adrian Ronan. Ronan shot dropping a little short. David Hughes out once again. He bats it to a colleague who was anticipating. That was Shane McGuckin. Didn't get great length into it. Hand pass back by DJ Carey towards PJ Delaney. Delaney's snapshot is over the bar, and they're level. A good point by PJ Delaney of the Fenians. And so it's a point apiece in the opening 3.5 minutes. PJ Delaney going across to right half forward, where he's been marked by Kevin Martin. Johnny Pilkington, that's Johnny Dooley. Now Brian Wheelahan, much happier, I'm sure, to be back at wing back after his sojourn at centre half. Billy Dooley here, neat pick up, but pressurised the whole time by Liam Simpson of Bennett's Bridge. And he kicks it away, and it's going to be Offaly possession. Both sides trying to minimise the errors here this afternoon, and not helped one little bit by the very difficult conditions they're having to contend with. Johnny Pilkington's cut in. Johnny, the only Pilkington playing this afternoon. Declan is among the subs, and that's just the first wide for Offaly, and one for Kilkenny, of course, as well, earlier on. So Bill Hennessy against Johnny Pilkington at midfield, the two captains marking one another. Dáithí Regan was trying to get that one, so too Michael Phelan. Knocked away by Hubert Rigney, only as far as Pat O'Neill. third or fourth time he's been on the ball over towards Eamon Morrissey's corner, been marked over there by Martin Hannamy of St. Rina's in Offaly. Daithí Regan once again down the centre. Pat O'Connor racing for it. There was a stumble of legs there. Pat went down, referee says play on, fair challenge, and Eddie O'Connor the one who knocks it out of play, and it's going to be a sideline ball for Offaly. The All-Ireland champions against the Leinster champions. Indeed, the All-Ireland champions of the last 3 years. The All-Ireland champions then putting a bit of pressure on the league champions as Willie O'Connor knocks it down. Johnny Pilkington coming in, comes out here towards Bill Hennessy. Hennessy to take it away. His form has been a bit patchy this season. Looking for a good afternoon here in this Leinster final, won back by Billy Dooley magnificently, but stolen away tenaciously by Adrian Ronan. Ronan whipping it away to the far side. Kevin Kinahan sticking out the stick. Challenged by Eamon Morrissey. Kinahan looking for a much better afternoon than he had in the league semi-final down in Thurles, when his defence was destroyed by DJ Carey in particular. PJ Delaney back towards Michael Phelan, through the centre towards John Parr. Can he get the measure of Hubert Rigney, who's been troubled by hamstring injury over the last number of weeks? That's Kevin Kinahan, and it's DJ Carey who's foraging for it against a couple of Offaly backs. They group well, and it's Kinahan who has it. Well, he wants to start in very positive fashion to Daithí Regan. Still a point apiece. Liam Simpson started so well in the semi-final against Dublin, towards the far side, towards PJ Delaney. Didn't come up kindly the first time for Hubert Rigney, challenged by John Parr, very near the 45-metre line on the sideline. Good, tough challenge here by Michael Phelan. The hand pass released outside to PJ Delaney. DJ Carey loose inside. Still going forward, didn't give the pass. Trying so now. Cross towards Dennis Byrne's corner. Comes back out here to Eamon Morrissey. Great block down, wonderful stop there by Kevin Kinahan. Nicely forward there towards Johnny Dooley. Into space towards Pat O'Connor. O'Connor challenged by Pat Dwyer. Dwyer at his most assertive, only as far as Johnny Dooley. So often the Offaly hero in these matches. Once again, it's the fullback who puts up the hand, but it breaks kindly back to his goalkeeper to come to his side's aid. And Michael Welch, a long delivery into midfield. Great catch by Johnny Pilkington. After the rain, what wonderful entertainment we're getting here, as that goes just to the right, and a second wide for Offaly. But wholehearted play, fully committed play by two teams who really believe they're in with a great chance of taking this Leinster championship, and who knows after that. Michael Walsh into the centre once again, breaks on towards John Parr, trying to get the measure of Hubert Rigney and provide some good ball inside, this time going for the score, and wasted possession by John Parr, who had to sit out the semi-final because of hamstring trouble. Two players who've recovered from injury. Joe Dooley doing well, takes it neatly against Liam Cohen. And Eddie O'Connor, tidy and economical in the corner against Michael Duignan. Booted forward towards Eamon Morrissey, runs on. Martin Hannamy standing his ground. Michael Phelan touching it down towards Bill Hennessy. Quite a battle at midfield. Michael Phelan again trying to flick it outside to the waiting Liam Cohen. Three Offaly players grouping well there. It's John Troy as far as Daithí Regan, enterprising ball forward. Billy Dooley, lovely touch down towards his brother Johnny. Johnny, a quick look up at the post, selling the dummy to Willie O'Connor, but finishing that's poor by his standards in particular, and he'll be the first to know it. A rueful shake of the head, but the very damp ball here this afternoon going to make life so awkward for everybody. Well, full credit to both teams for such an enthusiastic start. John Troy for Offaly, towards Johnny Dooley again, being marshalled well, however, by Willie O'Connor, towards PJ Delaney, wondering where the stick was going. Stick was going one way, ball the other. It's Kevin Martin now. Nicely forward, but again, it's Eddie O'Connor, a little pocket dynamo, who's fouled. Kilkenny have the free. And Eddie busy as ever, being told to leave it there by Pat O'Neill. So still early stages in this Leinster final. The roll up onto the stick by Pat O'Neill. Useful delivery down towards Eamon Morris, who runs on. DJ Carey. It's DJ against Kevin Kinahan. Kinahan takes the ball away. And in the early exchanges, I think Kevin Kinahan would be very pleased with himself. He knew he faced quite a battle this afternoon against the man acknowledged to be the finest modern-day hurler. He'll be quite pleased, I'm sure. Martin Hannamy driving it down towards Johnny Dooley, added to just about by Michael Duignan, but once again it's Eddie O'Connor. Booted into the clear, Eddie injured, play continues. That's Brian Whelan inside towards Pat O'Connor, added to it well. Problems for Michael Welsh. He was well positioned. Bill Hennessy struggling there against Johnny Dooley, comes back to his brother Billy. Billy Dooley progressing well. The hand pass here towards Michael Duignan, the sell of the dummy, and the ball driven over the bar. A second point for Duignan. In spite of the number 13 playing top of the left in a switch with Billy Dooley. So it's 2 points to 1. Teams having to work really, really hard for their scores. Eddie O'Connor is okay once again. The booing from the Kilkenny crowd, they felt he was fouled. Brian Whelan again. John Troy trying to keep the ball moving inside. Now Johnny Dooley. Neat pick up by brother Billy. Billy into space. It's Joe Dooley, the older of the three Dooley brothers, who was strolling after that one. But the pace of the ball just beating him. Quite a good crowd here at Croke Park this afternoon. I would estimate round about 25,000 thereabouts, maybe a little more. Liam Simpson, the taker of the sideline cut. Johnny Pilkington trying to get it by Bill Hennessy. Nice ball inside towards Pat O'Connor. O'Connor trying to turn past, and it's Liam Simpson kicking it away. Pat O'Connor taking it back in again, and it's Willie O'Connor this time of the Kilkenny branch of the clan. Free to Kilkenny. And Pat O'Connor not too pleased there with Liam Simpson. A blow to the face, it seems. And all things ending calmly. This is Willie O'Connor going back here. The shoulder by Michael Duignan. Pat Dwyer's free. Added to well there by Willie O'Connor. Adrian Ronan battling against Johnny Dooley. Johnny really rolling up the sleeves. He's picked up a facial injury as Brian Whelan belts it in, and Johnny Dooley is down injured, and the referee taking out the notebook, and he's taking the name of Willie O'Connor. And certainly Johnny Dooley looking very, very uncomfortable. A facial injury, a stray blow. Willie O'Connor has the name taken. Just watch this again here. And the stick was straight into the face, quite blatantly so, and the referee absolutely right to take the name of the Glenmore man. So some running repairs from the Offaly team doctor, who's Brendan Lee. Well, they'll be concerned about the nose there. There's his brother Billy, who himself has just come back from injury. It certainly looked nasty. And just when Johnny Dooley had started to settle down really well, here he was taking possession. And straight to the face, very high challenge, very dangerous as well. So referee Dickie Murphy wisely taking a few extra seconds over the injury. Crowd, I'm sure, absolutely wet and miserable at this stage, but hoping that the fare on offer in this hurling game will warm the cockles of everyone's heart. It had certainly started in whirlwind fashion. Just 3 points in the game, however, so far after 15 minutes. And the battle that we'd anticipated beforehand, of course, Kevin Kinahan having to mark DJ Carey, and he's done well so far as Johnny Dooley goes towards the sideline here for further attention. Dáithí Regan tried to knock it back again, and Johnny Dooley is anxious to get back into the match pretty soon, I'm sure, but they're still attending to him, I can tell you, off the field as Bill Hennessy plays it forward. Dennis Byrne got the stick to that one. The race for possession. DJ Carey wisely taking it along the ground, but Hubert Rigney back there defending well against John Parr. Comes out towards Dennis Byrne again. Byrne trying to make headway. Referee's whistle is sounded. He was fouled, perhaps not once but twice. And a free into Kilkenny, and the chance for Kilkenny to draw level. Dennis, the newcomer, of course, from the All-Ireland win in '93. Successful under-21 being marked by Shane McGuckin. Adrian Ronan the taker, straight in front of the post. Shouldn't miss, and he doesn't. So his first point from a free. So it's 2 points apiece. David Hughes getting good length into it. The rain has thankfully now eased off on a very still afternoon when we're looking for the fireworks here out in the park. Dáithí Regan's delivery inside towards Pat O'Connor, fumbled by the backs, won back however by Pat O'Neill, and the towering figure of the centre half back towards John Parr. Picks it up the second time. The hand pass into space to Willie O'Connor. The jeering now from the Offaly fans for the left half back. Into space, David Hughes looking composed. He's taken over, of course, from Jim Troy. Quite an act to follow. Willie O'Connor across towards PJ Delaney. Space at a premium. 3 Offaly players alongside him. Driven down towards DJ's corner. Adrian Ronan scampering back to try and take it up onto the stick. Defended by Brian Wheelahan, put under some considerable pressure. Kevin Kinahan leading the race here with DJ Carey, but he surrendered it there to John Parr. Across it goes towards Dennis Byrne, and that's gone to the right. It was a genuine chance, hit instinctively. Sure, he didn't realise he perhaps had an extra second to have taken that one down. And the cheering now from the Offaly fans because they're back to the full complement. Johnny Dooley is back playing right half forward. Puck out taken by Bill Hennessy, the Kilkenny captain. Kilkenny so disappointed last year to lose their Leinster title as they were bidding, of course, for a third successive All-Ireland win. Tremendous rivalry between these teams. DJ's pass cut out by Hubert Rigney. Again, first time hurling by both teams. Johnny Dooley spotting the unmarked Dáithí Regan into space. Pat O'Connor having far too much work to do, however, to keep this one in and not winning the race for possession. But Johnny Dooley's okay once again. Some running repairs were carried out on the sideline by the medical people. Michael Welch. Bill Hennessy contesting at midfield, runs on instead to the man on the 40, John Parr. Parr delivering some good ball inside towards DJ Carey, won by Kevin Kinahan again. Johnny Pilkington comes back to Adrian Ronan. Into space. Eamon Morrissey has momentarily taken up station at full forward, defended by Martin Hanamy. Morrissey misses the first time. Will he get a second chance? Defended valiantly back there by Kevin Kinahan again. Comes back here towards PJ Delaney for Kilkenny. Great block down there. It's a wonderful block. Some great defending by backs on both teams. John Power again trying to make his presence felt, and instead it's the hurler of the year from last year, Brian Wheelahan, who delivers the pass downfield. It's picked up here by Liam Simpson, crossing the 65-metre line. 2 points apiece. Johnny Pilkington, the players more than making up with their sheer commitment, defying the elements to provide the thrills and the excitement. Willie O'Connor knocking it anywhere, out of play, and a sideline ball for Offaly. The players squelching in the water, and look at this, the tunnel area absolutely flooded. They could go in there looking for trout or salmon, I think. Clem Foley there with the fancy footwork. Johnny Pilkington, drop by Pat O'Neill, missed completely indeed. Eddie O'Connor, pursued by Michael Duignan. Eddie O'Connor down towards Adrian Ronan, batted to John Power. Swept away himself, but he's tripped, and it's going to be a free to Kilkenny. Well, two very evenly matched teams. Scores hard to come by. Some great defending, and the battle at midfield just about even so far. Adrian Ronan. Going left. Just about kept in play. Knocked down. Martin Hannamy sweeps it out into the centre. Missed there by Kevin Martin. Comes back here to Ronan once again. Adrian Ronan lobbed inside towards Dennis Byrne. They're all rising for it, wondering where it's going to end up. Martin Hannamy tries to take it away. Supported in there, but again, it's Eamon Morrissey. Cross the face of the goal. Hubert Rigney whips it out. Wonderful first-time hurling on the ground or in the hands and away into the air. That time by Dáithí Regan. Well, it really is a compelling tie, this. Michael Duignan advancing. The hand pass outside when he might have shot himself. Billy Dooley trying to make a better angle, and that's gone inside, and Offaly are back in front again. Billy Dooley's first point in this final. Well, the tipsters were quite adamant it had to be Kilkenny. I tell you right now, in this, at the end of the first quarter, I don't know who's going to win it. It's 3 points to 2, and it's anybody's match. This is a point that was made by Michael Duignan. There I thought he had a chance, but perhaps he felt he was going to be hooked, and Billy Dooley dodged away from the would-be tackles and made a smashing score. It's back with Pat O'Neill, the centre-half back of Kilkenny. Can't keep it in play. Sideline ball once again for Offaly. So Kevin Martin, who finished up last season with an All-Ireland medal and with an All-Star award as well, the taker. Just inside his own 65-metre line. Pat O'Neill touches it down, waits for support to come. Instead it's Michael Duignan. There's a little block once again by O'Neill. And here's O'Connor, Eddie O'Connor. Liam Keoghan now. Great block down by Dáithí Regan. It's been a real feature of this match. Joe Dooley was whipping in a little bit wildly, and the referee says that's going to be a free. He's shaping up there with Michael Phelan, who had a shoulder injury during the league final and kept him out of the championship matches ever since. So Joe Dooley, the guilty party there. Pat O'Neill, eager for the fray. He's certainly reveling in these conditions. A good ball in. They rise for it again. Kevin Kinahan trying to knock it out. The second time he gets it away. He's playing superbly down there, and DJ Carey really hasn't got into the match so far. But the referee's whistle has sounded, and it's going to be a free once again. Free for Kilkenny. And Johnny Dooley this time with a broken stick. Dickie Murphy taking charge of his second Leinster final this afternoon. The other one was the 91 final when Offaly beat Dublin. Adrian Ronan from Greg Ballycallan. 1 free pointed so far, and that's gone to the left, and Offaly remain in front. A low-scoring first half, but a first half with earnest endeavour, including some wonderful blocking down by this man here, Dáithí Regan. Just watch this from Keoghan. Wrist work, courage the lot. Wonderful skill. He misses it this time, however, but the ball carries forward. Stopped by Liam Keoghan. Michael Dignan swinging it high, dropping down from the clouds. Pat O'Connor in there with the other Pat O'Dwyer. O'Dwyer gets it out. Billy Dooley attempts to get it back in for Offaly. And this is Eddie O'Connor. What a match he's playing. To the other player with the red helmet in the Cats colours, Michael Phelan, way downfield, over the head of Kevin Kinahan this time. Touched on the ground by Dennis Byrne. Free to Offaly. Appeals of pure innocence by the number 15, but the referee wasn't too far away. On the weather front, the rain has continued to pour down after a brief interlude. Brian Whelan, the taker of this free. Pat O'Neill reeling backwards over the head of John Troy as well. And it's Eddie O'Connor playing like a sweeper and a general in this magnificent Kilkenny defence, gracefully taking it out before he is felled by Johnny Dooley. And certainly Eddie, who given a chance would make another rousing speech here in Croke Park, but today he's letting his hurling do all the talking. What a wonderful run this was. A real rallying cry from the Kilkenny number 2. Pat O'Neill from Young Ireland's in Goran, the taker. And the jeers and the groans. The groans from Kilkenny, the jeers from Offaly, a 5th wide. Well, any chances of a real classic encounter or epic fare fairly well washed out in the deluge before the start of this match. But it's certainly a very rousing display by both teams, with the issue very much in doubt. Johnny Pilkington attracting 4 Kilkenny men to him like bees to a honeypot. Willie O'Connor taking it. Pat O'Neill running into a strong challenge from John Troy, the man he should be marking. And who's back there? It's Michael Phelan. There's a foul, and it's a free in for Offaly. And Eddie O'Connor once again leading the case for the defence. But the judge in this case, who is Dickie Murphy, quite adamant. A free then on the 20-metre line should be an easy one for Johnny Dooley, and a chance for Offaly to go 2 points ahead. No need for Johnny to go for a goal at this stage. Offaly, in spite of the portents of doom from those who are giving their opinion of this match beforehand, they're still very much in command here as he drives it up and over the bar and indeed out of Croke Park. Johnny Dooley's first pointed free, and now it's 4 points to 2 and about 7 minutes to go to half-time. Back with the action at midfield. Hubert Rigney trying to shovel it out, stopped by Bill Hennessy. Brian Whelan into space. Pat O'Connor has just gone across there to try and negative the influence of Eddie O'Connor in a switch with Michael Dignan. Dignan's gone in full forward. Here he is trying to steal inside on the blind side of Pat Dwyer. Pat O'Neill, he's playing everywhere. Eddie O'Dwyer, or Eddie O'Connor rather, was expecting the challenge from Pat O'Connor. And Eamon Cregan over there making sure that everybody keeps calm. That ball was thrust towards Eamon Cregan, I think, by a fired up Eddie O'Connor. Game just heating up a little bit too much in the last couple of seconds. Very important now that referee Dickie Murphy keeps the game in check. For his troubles, Eddie O'Connor is going to have the name taken. And also there you got the other O'Connor, Pat O'Connor. Wearing the wine bib there, of course, the team manager for Offaly, Eamon Cregan. So it seems to be a double booking. So 3 names now recorded by the referee in the opening half hour. This is what happened again. Pat O'Connor bundling Eddie O'Connor over the line. And then just keep an eye on what happened next. Take that. Thankfully, peace has been restored. And And it seems like the linesman across there is Christy Byrne, signalling that it's going to be a throw ball, or as they sometimes call it, a clash ball. And who wins it? It's won by Kilkenny. Well, plenty of activity, not a lot of scores so far, just 6 points. Liam Cohen, this time going long, down towards DJ Carey, yet to score because Kevin Kinahan has really kept him in check. Johnny Dooley, Eddie O'Connor now. Pat O'Connor trying to stop him, but coming from behind, fouling his man. And Kilkenny get the free, and Eddie O'Connor says, come on, we can do it. But they've only scored 2 points so far. And so far, I think the Offaly mentors will be marginally happier. Podge Mulher there in the middle of that group. Well, Pat O'Neill, 0 from 3 so far from his frees. This a huge one out, however. In towards DJ Carey, won by Hubert Rigney. Forage back there, however, by Adrian Ronan. The hand pass going back out to the corner to John Power, trying to open up this defence if he can at all. Again, it's Hubert Rigney. Down through the middle of the field, Offaly, where they worried before this match, have been very secure, very strong. Problems then for Ollie Welsh and the Kilkenny mentors as we watch Liam Simpson. The whole of the second half still to come, and it's anybody's match in the 95 Leinster final. Kevin Kinahan lets it go by. Hubert Rigney back there assisting him. Pressurised by John Power. Adrian Ronan trying to make it his. Knocked forward by Johnny Pilkington, but only as far as Willie O'Connor here. O'Connor low inside towards PJ Delaney. And once again back there is Brian Wheelahan. Wheelahan on his left-hand side, across there, stolen away by Liam Cohen, trying to get away from the dangerous challenge of Dáithí Regan, which is penalised by the referee. Cohen doing well. Kilkenny get the free. Dáithí Regan was just a little bit wild. So now inside the final 3 minutes, not including stoppages, of course. There was that long stoppage when Johnny Dooley went down injured. Pat O'Neill, this time going for the point, and this time finding it magnificently to put just one between them. Those long-range frees absolutely vital by a player of the class of Pat O'Neill. Well, in scoring chances so far, Offaly have had 10, Kilkenny 11, and as you can see from the scoreline, it's 4 points to 3. Johnny Pilkington, the hand pass to space to his partner, Dáithí Regan, anticipating where he was, low inside towards Michael Duignan, now at full forward against Pat Dwyer. Duignan on his way, trying to make a run inside, stopped by Pat Dwyer. Billy Dooley putting pressure on the Kilkenny fullback, who was troubled with a back injury earlier in the week. That went straight to Johnny Pilkington, and Pilkington knocks it over the bar. What a year he's had. He collected the club trophy here with Birr, now bidding to retain the Leinster Cup. That, of course, the Bob O'Keefe Cup. 5 points to 3. Well, the referee going in towards the Kilkenny goal, I can tell you, off picture. One of his umpires wants a word. And it has to do with what's happening involving Eddie O'Connor. And Pat O'Connor as well, of course. They've already been warned, they've already been booked, and I think any further nonsense will be penalised, and Eddie in particular will have to stop mouthing and concentrate on the match. Willie O'Connor picking it up here. Back to Pat O'Neill. O'Neill dropped inside. Kevin Kinahan against DJ Carey. DJ stealing inside this time. Eamon Morrissey unbalanced right in the corner, making an angle for himself. Stopped over there. Kevin Martin injured himself. Kinahan hand passing it outside to Hubert Rigney. Again it runs into a block, and it's once again DJ Carey looking for someone to assist. PJ Delaney does so. Again a partial block in towards John Power. And once more, there's Shane McGuckin back there. A backs to the wall exercise. Kevin Martin recovered. A long relieving clearance downfield over the head of Pat O'Neill. Runs on in there towards Michael Duignan. Back it comes again. Here's Johnny Pilkington dashing away from the challenges. A good ball inside, causing problems for the full back line. Liam Simpson put under real pressure. Pat O'Neill coping with it. Out towards the sideline. Here's Johnny Dooley. Lobbed inside. Only one or two Offaly players in there against a phalanx of Kilkenny backs. Most notably Eddie O'Connor leading the pack down towards Bill Hennessy. Could have gone anywhere and does. Spills outside towards PJ Delaney. And that's it. The end of a first half where it was all action. And just listen to the crowds who really appreciate the efforts of all 30 players and both teams. Only 8 points to show. And Johnny Dooley, the scorer of one of those points from a free, recovered from injury to play a full part. 35 minutes still to go. And at half-time, well, really, it's anybody's match. Not to be missed the second 35 minutes, as it's Offaly 5 points,